G'day, folks. Today we're going to talk about something to do with the last video, dealing with condensation and insulation. It's brand new, well, almost new product that just come to mind. It's well, it was introduced to me, but I didn't know about this before. So you hang in there, I'll tell you a little bit more about it. Okay, folks, that's it. These two young gentlemen, they seem to be not the friendliest, but we'll talk about that in a few seconds. Hang on, I'll back you up. See, this product, well, this, I believe, okay, from what I've read, this is a sample, okay, and right for a sample, oh, hang on, you can't see my finger here, okay, it says here, right for a sample and prices, the EBED Company Limited, Hull, Canada. Hull, which is Gatineau now. EBED is, well, we'll go through that eventually. Okay. now, this is like, hang on. I'm going to try and get this all in frame. Eddie's impervious sheathing. Okay. It's a cardboard. It's made out of wood fiber. It's very, wow, coarse, not a fine paper, and it's, I think it probably, well, in the day maybe it was complicated to produce. This was found in a house that was built in in the 1890s in Vankleek Hill, it's Ontario. It's a two-story house. It was a log inner, and it was bricked outside brick. I went there and I seen this house, okay? I seen the inside and everything, and because it's a friend of mine that his son owns the house, and they redid it. But now this was found on the inside wall. It's either a sample or they had sheeted the whole log house on the inside with this product. It's a cardboard. And, okay, we'll keep on going. Okay, impervious sheeting. Okay, keeps out cold, keeps in heat, prevents drafts. Okay, well, it's, some people used to put newspaper on their walls, eh? Kills insects, resists frost, and absorbs moisture. So, I guess if you got cardboard on your walls, that does all that. The best sheeting for houses, churches, silos, stables, and etc. Okay? So, you can put this everywhere. Equally good for inside decoration or outside utility. It can be painted, tinted, varnished, or whitewashed. Okay, so you can even put this in the barn if you want. Well, and it's made by the EBED Company Limited. EBED, okay, we'll start with that. EBED, EB is Ezra, B is Butler, Eddie. He was born in Bristol, Vermont, and I believe in the 1820s. I'm going to say some dates, but I'm going to rely on you guys to check them all out just to make sure. He was this guy here, he was a very enterprising young man in his younger days, and he started off helping his father. His father had a business of some kind. I think kind of a hotel business in Vermont. He opted out, and he went to work in, I believe, New York. And then he married there, and he started producing some matches by hand with his wife, and he'd sell those. And I think in the I'll see, I'm not sure, they're 1840s, let's say. He moved to Canada, to Hull, and he bought a little chunk of land, and he started making matches with, there was a lot of sawmills here in Ottawa, so he was taking the junk scrap from the sawmills, and he was making matches with that. So that started him off, and as it was still in the 1800s, he eventually got to own three sawmills around the area. I worked in one of those sawmills that he had owned. It was in Davidson, eventually, when I was a young, well, I was 20 years old. That would be 40 some years, almost 50 years ago. Anyways, it was three tiers. Had a match company. He was in wood industry. Was in the wood industry, and he was in the paper. He had some machines making different grades of paper, and I guess this paper here was one grade of paper. One of his most fierce competitor here in Ottawa was John Rutherford Boyle. Boot, not Boyle, Boot. And this is this guy here. See, he's a competitor. It doesn't seem like they get along, eh? And they drew him. This guy wasn't short. I know that because I got pictures of him. J.R. Boot. He's something. This guy was something to be. He, in his heyday in Ottawa, if you know the region, he had from Boot Street at the river, he used to have wood stacked right through the Dow's Lake. And what a fire caught one time, and he burnt, everything burnt, and even the city of Ottawa wanted him to move to the east of Ottawa because of the wind, because he had burnt, because of the fire, he had burnt almost all the good part of the city. Anyways, okay, we won't elaborate. I'll probably come back to J.R. Boot there, because this guy was a character, eh? And he had a good, let's say he was plugged in with the politicians. Well, they both were. This guy was mayor at some time in Hull, mayor of Hull, and he was plugged in with the politicians too, like get government contracts. But this guy got the bigger contracts, eh? Anyways, now in this advertisement, I guess Ezra figured that he'd give a shot to Rutherford Boot, Mr. Boot, and it's written up here, and don't you forget it. So he wants him to know that he's making a good cardboard, and don't you forget it. Eh? So he's quite imposing, eh, in the stature. But this guy was something too. This, I don't know, Eddie, I don't know what age, probably in the 80s or something like that. when he died. But this guy here died at, I think, 98 years old. And there's pictures of him. Anyways, I won't elaborate because there's more coming. But it's just like it keeps the cold out, keeps the heat in, prevents the draft, it kills insects, resists frost. See, in those days, they could write down pretty near anything they can think of, and it was good. It's something like, I'm not saying that a sheet of paper like this wouldn't work for all of what they're saying, but it's just like the doctors, like they used to run around in wagons and they sell this ointment or this medicine, and it cure everything. One bottle, and you could cure rheumatiz, you could cure even a snake bite, and there was no end. So this cardboard, you put that inside your house, and it would do all that. And it was good for sheathing for houses, churches, silos. You could put that on a silo, stable. Equally good for inside decoration. I wonder how that, wow, or outside utility. I don't know how they do that. And it can be painted, okay? Anyways, it's quite a find, eh? Yeah, I guess on the inside of the old houses, you can discover stuff like this. And this was an interesting find. It's a friend of mine that brought me this. I said, I'm going to make a video on that. Okay, folks, hang on. I'll bring you into the focus here. Oops, hey? Yeah. Whoa, whoa, whoa. There. Okay, you're in focus now. Hang on. I'm going to turn around a little bit. Okay, folks, that's it. So, you remember we had problems with condensation? If we had this cardboard, if we could still buy this cardboard, we'd have no more problems. Not true. I don't think, anyways. If you think it's true, well, try to find somewhere. You can just put newspaper inside your garage or your house. Or cardboard, eh? Go to a place where they sell refrigerators and just put cardboard on the walls, eh? Well, I know some places used to do that too, eh? In the old days when money was short. Okay, folks, that's it for this one. Comments are welcome, and we'll see you in the next one.